What's up, YouTube? Apologies. People with bright ass lights riding behind me. Hello, folks. Anyway, so here's the thought. I want to exercise some thoughts right now. On call, I'm driving home, and I just want to clear my head before I go to bed. I was just listening to Stephen A. Smith talking about Shannon Sharp and the Club Shay Shay interview with Cat Williams. And he was really talking about not so much the interview, but critiquing Shannon on Shannon calling himself just an entertainer and limiting himself to being just an entertainer. He wanted him to know that he was more than an entertainer, that he was a voice. And I feel that sentiment and really was thinking about how that affects how it relates to myself with that. Because before I was watching Stephen A. Smith, I was watching the lead attorney. The lead attorney was still going through the Club Shay Shay interview with Cat Williams and breaking it down. And one of the other things he was doing was promoting his second channel and mentioning his courses on live stream. One of the things that's interesting is that, true, there outside of some of the stuff on YouTube, if you're a content creator on YouTube, you have a channel that has some subs. YouTube has a little bit of power stream, stuff like that, but it's not really a tell-all on how you kick the slot machine off YouTube. It's not really it. What Lee is talking about how to live stream. And one of the things he shows, just like Cat Williams was showing, is receipts. What he gets paid, what he got paid at every level. And is not afraid or too protective of the fact of showing you how to do what he did. Now, as a class, you will pay for it, but me listening to that and walking at that was hearing my own words I said on Sunday about how can you blame Pearl for blowing up the way she did off the content that she used when she paid Kevin for consultations. She paid him that shit. Took that tutelage and ran with it. Didn't seem to hurt her. So I was sitting there thinking about it. I have been live streaming for about 4 or 5 years now. I've grown slowly. It's not meteoric. It's not even, sometimes it's not even consistent. It's just being real. Sometimes it's just stagnant. That's probably, it's based on me and my ability to stream. Or so. Or it could just be I'm not that entertaining. But here's the thing. I've always known that I'm not necessarily entertaining to listen to. or talk to because I'm not a motherfucker out here tap dancing. Not what I do. Not who I am as a person. I can be funny. I can make you laugh, but I am not an entertainer. Too practical for that shit. I am not a salesman because my thing is you either want the shit or you don't. And I'm not trying to convince you or ease you into making sure you buy it. Nah, this is the facts. And that's pretty much how I am as a person. So the question becomes, what's more important to me when I'm linking these thoughts together? But wanting to be better at something, wanting something to grow bigger and make it better for the people who consume it, understanding who the hell I am in that process. Am I an entertainer or am I a voice? And I think that's a pretty apt description of what it comes down to. From Detroit, because I can try, and try is the app word. I can try to be entertaining. I can. Not my suits. It's not my personality. One-on-one situation, I can entertain you. I can be downright fucking charming. I can. Group situation, I can be engaging and interesting. But I have never been what I consider entertaining. Not who I am, it's not what I do. What I do have is a voice. What I do champion and other people to find is their voice. Not about entertainment, but getting what you have to say for this life out into the world and trying to make space, say what I have to say, and give other people who wouldn't normally hear from space to say what they want to say. In essence, if it was working correctly, that's what Shop Talk Live would be. Not just me sitting and talking and filling the time. We're having to run a panel, get people talking, give them a platform that they can speak on. I learn more from listening to people and conversing with them in conversation than I do just running my. My interest is in the dialogue, the exchange of ideas, the point at which you express your mental process, your thoughts on a given topic, subject, issue. And another person is just as open, just as well knowing their own mind, that can express that as well to you. And then you guys can actually talk about those ideas or debate those ideas. To me, that would be Sunday show working the way it's supposed to, but it doesn't. I listened to my show from last week because I usually listen to all of my shows, see what I can do better, what needs to be changed, whatever. And for me, thinking about what would make that show more successful, apparently less of me would make it more successful. So if that is the solution to the problem, or if that's the answer to that question, how do you get less of you but still do a show? It means you need to find a different voice. Because I could say I want the show to be entertaining and entertainment, and I go through that when I pick the fucking category I want to drop the show into every week. Because you have to select that. What is it? Is it a people in a blog situation? Is it a film or animation? Is it entertainment? I bristle at calling it entertainment. I really do. Maybe I'm just weird that way. But I really do bristle at that shit. Because I know I'm not sitting up there trying to be entertaining. I am trying to have a dialogue with you guys, or at least the people that show up to that stream on a Sunday. I am trying to have a dialogue with them and coax them out to share their own voice and their own ideas. And that may not be entertaining, but you can hear people's voices. You can hear that. What up, UFO? So I'm thinking about that of what needs to change. I'm thinking about with the investment of $400, get me to where I want to be with this channel, with that show. Would that be truly where I want to be with that shit? I think right now, if I had a dream show, a dream show for me would be being able to have an interview, not even an interview, just a conversation, a dialogue with Todd McFarlane, and to remind Todd McFarlane how much, well, not even remind him, to let him know how much I appreciate the character of Spawn, how much I appreciate the character of Spawn and Al Simmons being black, and how hard in the paint he's gone for this character from day one to today. And I remind him of a small little convention in Oakland a bunch of years ago. That was an Image 10 convention. And me getting forced out of the house not really having the money to go, but my wife at the time forcing me out the house to just go because I wanted to. I was in that mind state of feeling bad of not being able to take everybody to go to this thing. But sent me out the house to this convention by myself, and I got to meet some of my comic idols that did not disappoint. I got to stand in the hall and listen to Todd McFarlane, Mark Silvestri, Rob Liefeld, Eric Larson talk about being independent and starting Image Comics. And I got to listen to Todd McFarlane tell a story of what it means to be an entrepreneur. And not only did I get to listen to him tell that story from the audience, when that was all over, I got to walk up and stand within 16 inches of his ass, look him in his eyes, and have him look me in the eyes and tell him thank you for that story. And him to talk to me about it. Say, yeah, that's what you got to do, man. Now, I believe I shook his hand. I believe I did shake his hand because I'm respectful of people, celebrities and shit like that. I'm not going to get all gushing and all goofy and shit like that. But I did respect the fact that we had that time that I actually got to meet him, a person whose work I have enjoyed since I first saw it. That got me really interested in buying the books that he produced. The whole reason I bought Spawn. Not just because it was a new character, because he was the one doing it. He made it. And getting to be there, talk to him for the 2 minutes, and then take a picture with him. Best geek day of my life. The channel getting to where I would want it to be, would be able to sit there and tell him that story. See if he even remembered mine. And get to have conversations with those people like that. Not silly ass industry conversations and, old stories about shit they've had to tell 15 other fucking times. Just about who the fuck they are as people. What drives them to do what they do. What advice do they give to young creators? Can you teach that entrepreneurial spirit in young creators? Can you breathe on that flame that's in them? I think that'd be it. That to me could be entertaining, but it would be more about being a voice and not an entertainer. It would be more important, I think, to me, to be a voice in geekdom rather than an entertainer in geekdom. Because with a voice, you can change things. You can be heard. Entertainers can change things too, but I think they sacrifice a bit more for the sake of entertaining because then they're always struggling to be taken serious, as opposed to voices who are always taken serious. And that's why they're not entertaining. And given this is YouTube, that's a hard thing to balance on or to balance between. But nevertheless, that is some shit I have to figure out. So I'm gonna take my ass in here and see if I can get a couple hours sleep before I have to turn back around and go back to work. And I'm sure I'll be pondering this a little longer while I'm up. But that's it. I will see you guys next time, God willing. Peace.